Back again. JustProfessor here. You're slowly turning into the people around you, and you don't even notice it's happening. Their words become your words. Their opinions become your opinions. Their habits become your habits. You think you're staying yourself, but you're actually mirroring everyone around you without realizing it. Think about your closest friends. Now think about yourself 5 years ago before you knew them. You're different now, right? You talk differently, think differently, maybe even walk differently. That's not random personal growth. That's the mirroring effect. Your brain automatically copies the people you spend time with. Their speech patterns, body language, beliefs, and behaviors seep into you unconsciously. You become like them without ever deciding to. This isn't about admiration or trying to fit in. This is automatic, unconscious copying that happens whether you want it to or not. The mirroring effect is when you unconsciously imitate the behaviors, attitudes, speech patterns, and mannerisms of people you're around frequently. You automatically adopt their way of talking, their gestures, their perspectives, even their emotional states. This happens below your conscious awareness. You don't decide to mirror someone. You just start doing it. Your brain is constantly observing people around you and subtly adjusting your behavior to match theirs. This happens because humans are deeply social and our brains are wired for social learning. Mirroring helps us bond with others, understand them better, and function in groups. When you mirror someone, it creates connection and rapport. Your brain does this automatically with anyone you spend significant time around. The more time you spend with someone, the more you unconsciously mirror them, and the more you become like them. The problem is mirroring happens without your consent or awareness. You're absorbing traits and behaviors from everyone around you constantly. If you surround yourself with negative people, you become more negative. If you're around anxious people, you become more anxious. If your friends are unmotivated, you become less motivated. You're not choosing these changes. They're happening automatically through mirroring. You're becoming an average of the people you spend the most time with, and you might not like who that average is. Let me show you where this happens. Speech patterns are the most obvious mirroring. Spend time with someone who uses certain words or phrases, and suddenly you're using those words too. Hang out with people who have a particular accent, and your accent shifts toward theirs. Be around someone who talks fast, and you start talking faster. You're not consciously adopting their speech. It just happens through exposure. This is why couples who've been together for years start talking similarly, or why friend groups develop their own shared vocabulary. Body language mirrors automatically. Sit across from someone who crosses their arms, and you'll probably cross your arms soon after without noticing. Talk to someone who leans in, and you'll lean in too. Mirror someone's posture, gestures, and movements. This happens so naturally that you're completely unaware you're doing it. Research shows that when people are mirroring each other's body language, they feel more connected and the conversation flows better, which is why your brain does it automatically. Emotional states spread through mirroring. Spend time with someone who's stressed, and you'll start feeling stressed even if you have no reason to be. Be around happy, enthusiastic people, and you'll feel more positive. Hang out with complainers, and you'll start complaining more. Emotions are contagious through mirroring. You unconsciously adopt the emotional tone of the people around you. This is why toxic people drain your energy and positive people lift your mood. Beliefs and opinions mirror over time. When you're constantly exposed to certain viewpoints, you start absorbing them even if you initially disagreed. You hear the same opinions repeated by multiple people in your circle, and gradually those opinions start feeling more reasonable and true. You might not even realize your views have shifted, because the change happens slowly through repeated exposure and mirroring. Habits and behaviors spread through social groups via mirroring. If your friends exercise regularly, you're more likely to start exercising. If they eat unhealthy food, you'll eat more unhealthy food. If they procrastinate, you'll procrastinate more. If they're productive, you'll become more productive. You mirror their behaviors automatically, which is why the saying, you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, is actually backed by psychology. Energy levels and pace mirror too. Spend time with high-energy, fast-moving people and you'll speed up. Hang around people who move slowly and speak slowly, and you'll slow down. Your natural rhythm adjusts to match the people around you. This is why being around motivated, ambitious people makes you feel more driven, while being around unmotivated people makes you feel sluggish. Values and priorities gradually mirror through prolonged exposure. If everyone around you prioritizes money above everything else, you'll start prioritizing money more, even if that wasn't originally important to you. If your social circle values creativity, or family, or status, you'll find yourself valuing those things more. Your value system shifts to align with the people you're around most, often without you consciously deciding to change what matters to you. Confidence and self-perception mirror from others. Spend time with people who believe in you and speak confidently, and you'll become more confident. Be around people who are self-deprecating and insecure, and you'll become less secure. The way people around you see themselves and speak about themselves influences how you see yourself through mirroring. So, how do you control who you're mirroring instead of letting it happen randomly? First, become aware of mirroring. Notice when you're adopting someone else's phrases, postures, or attitudes. Catching yourself mirroring helps you see how much it's happening. You can't stop automatic mirroring completely, but awareness lets you choose whether to keep the traits you're picking up or consciously reject them. Second, carefully choose who you spend time with. If you're going to mirror people automatically, surround yourself with people who have traits you want to develop. Want to be more positive? Spend time with optimistic people. Want better habits? Hang around disciplined people. You'll mirror them whether you're trying to or not, so choose people worth mirroring. Third, limit time with people who bring out negative traits. If someone makes you more anxious, negative, lazy, or brings out the worst in you through mirroring, reduce your exposure. You don't have to cut them off completely, but recognize that extended time together will cause you to mirror their negative patterns. Fourth, diversify your social exposure. Don't spend all your time with one type of person or in one type of environment. Different people will make you mirror different traits, giving you a more balanced set of influences rather than extreme mirroring in one direction. Fifth, actively resist negative mirroring. When you notice yourself picking up a habit or attitude you don't want, consciously work against it. If you realize you're becoming more negative because you're around complainers, deliberately practice gratitude to counteract the mirroring effect. Sixth, use positive mirroring intentionally. If you want to develop certain traits, put yourself around people who have them. Want to be more creative? Spend time with creative people and let mirroring work for you. Want to be healthier? Join groups of healthy people and you'll naturally start mirroring their choices. The mirroring effect is making you unconsciously copy everyone around you. Their speech, body language, emotions, beliefs, habits, and values are seeping into you automatically whether you're aware of it or not. You're becoming like the people you spend time with because your brain is wired to mirror them. This happens constantly and unconsciously. You don't decide to mirror, you just do. This is powerful because it means you can shape who you become by choosing who you spend time with. Want to be more confident, successful, healthy, creative, or positive? Surround yourself with people who have those qualities, and you'll automatically start mirroring them. But it also means if you're around negative, unmotivated, toxic, or unhappy people, you'll mirror those traits too. Understanding the mirroring effect helps you see that personal growth is not just about individual willpower. It's heavily influenced by your social environment. You're not separate from the people around you. You're constantly absorbing and reflecting them. This makes choosing your social circle one of the most important decisions you make, because you're not just choosing who to spend time with. You're choosing who to become. The next time you notice yourself adopting someone's phrase or mannerism, recognize that as mirroring. Then think about who you're mirroring and whether you want to become more like them. If yes, great, let the mirroring continue. If no, consider limiting your exposure or consciously resisting the patterns you're picking up. You can't stop mirroring, but you can control who you mirror by choosing who you're around. Subscribe to learn more about how relationships and social dynamics are shaping your behavior without you realizing it.